Brad, have you ever replaced a coach and then coached against him before tonight?
No. So, I've only been a head coach twice, so no. But I've coached against my former boss once, more than a couple times against Ohio State, Thad Matta.
And how did that go?
I mean, it was difficult because I'd known Thad for a long time, and he was a Butler grad, so it was a little bit unique to this. I don't know Doc all that well. Talked to him once or twice in my life, so it's certainly a lot of respect for what he did and the teams that they had here. But I'm probably the one that's going to be less emotionally tied to the night than anybody else here.
With all these emotional games for your players, do you try to tamp that down, feed off of it?
One thing I don't think you can do is alter the world. They're going to be emotions. So how emotional they get will be up to each of them individually, and I'm not going to be able to control that necessarily. You certainly talk about what we have to do to be successful, what we have to do to play our best, but that's part of it. Every night there's something in this league because of the relationships that guys have as former teammates, as guys that played together in college, or guys that played against each other that grew up. So there's always a relationship, across the benches, and I think guys are used to that a little bit by now. Certainly, the last two nights have been a big deal around here because of the people that were involved in each of these last two games.
Looking back 24 hours later, what kind of effect did it have on your team playing against KG and Paul last night?
Well, I thought the effect was they were, they played really well. Not just those two, their whole team. Their length really bothered us, and it bothered us in the exhibition games as well. So that's not a huge surprise. And Darren Williams is the game changer in my opinion for that team because he gets inside the paint and he can make plays when the clock's run down. And those other guys can make those too. But a lot of times Darren can make plays that open up rebounding opportunities or opportunities to score off of his penetration. Whereas, if a Joe Johnson or a Paul Pierce, those guys are isolation in a lot of cases. And so they're able to create their own shots. But Darren's presence, I thought, really enhances that team. And they all do, but I think they're going to be a handful from here on out.
Brad, there's a guy on the opposing sideline, I think in did well, Kevin Eastman. How would you talk about your relationship with him?
Well, I think Kevin's an assistant that was here before. He's an assistant now for Doc, and has just been a guy that I've known throughout the course of time with, in all of the retreats or clinics that I've gone to. And he runs some of those in the summer now. So I spoke at one of them 2 years ago, and Jake Eastman's on our staff in our front office now. So I've known their family and Wendy, his wife, for a while now.
Any update on Kelly?
Kelly is out tonight. Kelly, I thought at one point that he would be probable or at least close, but now I'm being told Friday. So hopefully that's the case.
So you don't have.
How do you go from Williams to Paul, and then the constant threat of alley-oop because you got two guys who kind of live above the rim? How do you deal with that when you got Jared struggled last night with your guy?
Yeah, so those guys play like there's trampolines on the floor. They can get way above the rim. If you let Jordan or Griffin get a running start, you're dead. You have to meet those guys high in transition. You have to meet them high on rolls. You have to do your best to prioritize help and get back out to shooters. They're playing a little bit better in the last couple games. When Redick first got hurt, it was a little bit of a transition for him, but signing Steven Jackson makes sense. And so you've got a lot of, it's a really good basketball team. It's a really talented basketball team, and we've all known that going into the season. They're playing like it, and they present a lot of challenges.
Brad, teams probably look at you differently now than you did a month ago. Prepare your team when they know pressing you, they play hard to beat you. The Knicks win, they probably send some messages around the league.
You know, I don't prepare them any different. You know, we have to prepare to play our best every night, and we know that. And so our job as coaches is to maintain some evenness in preparation. Certainly, if you win, or if you have even a moderate level or a small level of success, sometimes in this world, you know, it becomes bigger than maybe what it is, and so you have to heighten your focus at those times. But you know, the minute our focus isn't heightened, we won't be successful. And so it's been good all the way through. But yeah, I don't change a ton of the way that I approach things necessarily.